welcome back to part 2 as we take another look at what kind of things come up in an Excel interview test. And we've got 15 minutes to complete this test. If we're looking at the purchase order table, it looks a little bit messy, a little bit untidy. We've got different fonts, different font sizes. We've got random cells with a yellow background. Let's dive straight into the instructions and see if we can improve this table. The first thing we need to do is set those columns to width 15. Take our cursor over to column A, and when we get the black down arrow, we can click and hold, drag across to column F. And if we right click and go down to column width, we can set all of those columns to 15. And we can do a similar thing with the height of the rows. Take our cursor over to row 4. Now we can click and hold, drag down to row 15, and we can set the row height to 20. We now need to sort the data by the order number column. We just need to make sure we're in our data, in the column that we want to sort by. Then we can go over to our sort and filter button, A to Z sort. And if you want to know a little bit more about sorting and advanced sorting in Microsoft Excel, check out the other videos on my channel. We now need to format the cells B3 to F3, that's the rest of our column headings, and also cell E15, and those need to be formatted the same as cell A3. The easiest way to do this is to use our Format Painter button. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to use this button here. The first method, click on the cell that's got the formatting that you like, and then single click on the Format Painter button. And when you wave your mouse around, you've now got a little paintbrush next to your cursor, and you can click on any cell and it will get exactly the same formatting. The second way of using this button, click on a cell that's got the formatting, single click the Format Painter button, and this time drag your mouse over a couple of cells. And then the final way of using this button, click on the cell that's got the formatting, but this time double click the Format Painter button. Now when you wave your mouse around, this paintbrush is going to stay next to your cursor until you click the button again. And what that means is you can kind of click around on your spreadsheet to format different cells. And don't forget to click the button to switch it off. Now we're moving on to the calculations using formulas. We need to calculate the total cost for each order. And we need to take the item cost and we need to multiply that by the quantity. We could build a similar formula for each row by typing equals the item cost multiplied by the quantity. And we could do that for each row. And I'm suggesting AutoFill is going to speed it up. Click on your first answer, get your AutoFill cursor and drag down to row 13. In cell F15, we need to calculate the total cost for all the orders. We can use the AutoSum button, which is all the way up here. To calculate the total number of orders, it looks like they want us to put the answer in J11. If we take our cursor over to the FX button, this will allow us to insert a function as part of a formula. The count function sounds good to me. And because we're trying to count the number of orders, I'm going to drag my mouse across all the orders. You can actually see in this box, it's already telling us the answer is going to be 10. Bingo. In order to count the number of sales orders, let's use the FX button again. And let's do a search for COUNTIF. We want to grab all of the departments that have placed an order But the criteria is we only want to count the ones that are from the sales department. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Click OK, and the answer's 4. Let's move on to the formatting section. We need to format all of the data as Arial size 14. We have to be a little bit careful here because it's actually saying format the data, and the actual data doesn't include our column headings and it doesn't include our total row. The data is considered to be all of these items here. Let's select those with our mouse and let's choose size 14. Done. Columns D and columns F represent money, so we can change those to a format called currency. We can get both of those columns done together. Let's select column D with our little black down arrow, and right in our home tab, right in the middle, we've got a drop down here and we can choose currency. Now the instruction says no decimal places. So just below that drop down arrow, there's a couple of buttons here. One to increase the decimal places and one to decrease the decimal places. We now need to use conditional formatting to highlight any orders that are over £1,000. And this is going to be on our total cost column. Go to our conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, greater than, sounds good to me. And we want it to be greater than 1,000. And we don't need to worry about putting the pound sign in. And we are well within our 15-minute time limit. We need to rename the worksheet to orders. Take our cursor down to here, double click and rename it to orders. And we need to change the worksheet tab to yellow. Now the way we do that, look at the tab down here, right click with your mouse, go to tab color, let's choose yellow. That is done. Guys, we made it to the end. Good luck with your interview. I hope you get the job.